here.
We're just sharing our homework with you.
Exactly.
Don't judge.
Yeah. This is what we do before we go to conventions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And we love telling you about upcoming games.
And what's exciting about that is we're going to GAMA Expo in the next week or so, and we get to see a bunch of new games that might be coming to retail this year.
Or maybe next year, who knows, in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But what GAMA Expo is essentially, it's a show where a ton of publishers get together and show retailers, your friendly local game store, some of the games are coming up, to try to convince them to be like, you should pick this game up for your store.
Exactly.
And now they're involving media and other folks in as well, so we can help get the word out for some of the games up as well.
Mm-hmm. So, with that said, what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, today we're going to share our research with you. So what we did is we took a bunch of notes, saw all the publishers there, and all the information that is available, we've taken a look to see what games we want to check out or learn more about.
Yes. That being said, some of these games we may have already talked about, we may have already known about, or we are just learning about now. So we're kind of going to go through a rapid fire session of all of these games to sort of inform you what we will be looking at when we head on over to Kentucky.
And because this video is being posted beforehand, do let us know which of these excite you, because we can spend a little bit more time on them or see if we can get some demos, or if there's anything we missed that you know about that we have not shared here today, let us know, because we'd love to get in there, look at all the games, demo as many as we can so we can share all the fun information with you.
Exactly.
Because when we get back,
we're going to be doing a recap video where we'll talk about our experience there, what we did, how many people we got to hang out with, all the games we got to see, and everything along those lines.
So there'll be much more B-roll in that video than this video.
Exactly. That being said, I think if there are things that you are interested in, you can actually head on over to our Discord, which we'll link down below. And during the week while we are at GAMA and we have the opportunity to take pictures or talk about certain games, we will try to do that and maybe post them in our Discord so that you folks can take a look at it there.
And you can always check out our Patreon that has a little bit more content than our YouTube.
Exactly.
With that said, let's jump into our games. All the games. We have our list right here.
Yes.
We're going to go rapid fire, as we typically do. And with that said, we're going to kick it off with two-player games.
Yes.
We group these together, and the rest are in no particular order.
Yeah, actually, we're just gonna drill through all of them because the reason that they're on this list is because they're two-player games, essentially.
So All Play has a game called For the Emperor. The aesthetic looks really interesting, and I would love to try it out.
And then we've got two from Bitewing Games, Ichor and Iliad, which are both like different types of, or I don't even know how to describe it, like Greek, and then one of them is...
They're like the Mythos.
Yeah.
They're from the Mythos series. You also said Iliad like my name.
Iliad.
I think you tried to say my name.
No, I don't think so.
It's in your head.
Oops.
Well, the next one we have on our list is Ace of Spades, which we were anticipating earlier in our other anticipated list. And it's a two-player game from Devere that uses poker as a mechanic.
Yeah, very excited to see that one.
Me too.
We have Lairs next from KTBG, and this game is like a battleship head-to-head dungeon crawling game. And that's kind of like the game in a nutshell.
I hope we get to play that one. We've saw it like over a year ago now, and we still haven't played it.
I will also talk about this one. It's called Architects of Amytis, and it's essentially a 3x3 grid where you're going to be grabbing different tiles by placing your workers on top of them, placing them onto your board, activating the ability, and then moving forward to score yourself the most points. And it's like a head-to-head two-player. That
sounds fun. It's from Le Boîte des Jeux, who has really gorgeous games.
Yes.
Second last on our two-player list is Tag Team. So this is from Scorpion Masqué, who has stellar games.
Yes.
And I'm really curious about this one. I don't know much more about it.
Yeah, I don't either. But the next game that we can talk about is from Ivy Studios, who also makes stellar games. This one is called Scales of Fate, and it looks super interesting.
I believe this is their first two-player only game.
Yeah.
So that'll be really exciting to check out.
Yeah. And that's it. That's what we've got for two-player games. So we're going to go down the list of the rest of them, and we'll keep on doing this rapid fire.
Exactly. So we have Beyond the Horizon, which is from Capstone Games. The reason we really want to check this one out is it's a civilization building game, but it's from a stellar set of designers, which includes Matt Riddle, Ben Pinchback, and I think a few more as well.
Next up, we have a animal and tile placement game, which we're obviously going to check out just based on those two things alone. It's called Whispering Woods from Wonderbow Games, and we're really excited to see it.
It's gorgeous. Look at it. Then we have our only game that doesn't have a cover right here, and that's Tolleno.
That's
the reason we're excited about it is because it's from Sit Down Games, who typically produces some stellar games. And what we know is in this game is based on a city in Southern Europe, and you're building the city together. It's a shared city building game. So really curious to check that one out.
Exactly. Yeah. Another game we're looking forward to seeing is How to Save a World from Burnt Island Games. So we've seen this one in the past actually, and we're really excited to see that progression that it has and finally make its way to retail.
Yes. Now, up next we have Transgalactica. So this is the big crunchy DeVere game for the year, I believe. The cover looks outstanding. And I'm really keen to dive into the mechanics and see what pleasantries it has for us.
Exactly. Yeah. And who couldn't forget cool covers, because that's how easily I'm swayed into looking at new games. This one is called Digging for Dinos. It's from Andrew Stiles, who did Wine Cellar, and we quite enjoyed. So always looking forward to the next game that comes out.
And who doesn't love dinosaurs? They're a fun theme.
Yes.
Then we have Venture Angels, and this is from a new publisher called Gamehead. They have a bunch of smaller games coming out this year, and we'll actually be talking about majority of them in this video, so this is the first. But the reason this game looks exciting is it's from the same designer as Citadels. And Citadels is so good.
Yes.
So I'm really keen to check this one out.
The next game we have is actually something that we saw at PAX Unplugged First Look section. We weren't able to play it, but got some good news from everybody that was playing it. This one is called Galileo Galilei, and it's from Capstone Games. It's just got like a cool, like oldie vibe, like script type look to it that makes it seem very, very appealing.
It looks like a brown Euro, but it doesn't look ugly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, but is it? We'll find out. We did hear really good things about it, so I hope we get to play this one. Next up, I have two more games from Gamehead Game. The first one is called Foolish Fool, which is a silly party game where you add more and more rules and you have to try to remember and be a part of it, which just, it just sounds fun. Yeah. And the second one may be the cutest cover of GAMA Expo.
Very cute.
It's called Trinket Trove. There's a little mouse, and I just want to hug it. It just looks so cute. And I want to play it because of that. So there's that.
I mean, cute covers definitely go a long way, and that's the next game here for us called Critter Kitchen from Lucky Duck Games. And it's just, I think there's been a lot of hype around this game as well, and we have not yet had the chance to play it. So looking forward to actually learning more and maybe getting it to the table.
I feel like kitchen games, and anytime you're making anything, like especially things you can eat, sold.
Yeah, makes you hungry after the game though.
And then we can eat.
That's true.
Wonderful. Now, continuing on the theme of gorgeous covers, we have Whale Riders. And oh boy.
Yes.
What do I not love about this cover? Nothing. It is also a Rainer Knizia game, and there's not only the board game, but there's also a card game that's being presented by Ape Games. Yes. And I'm really keen to try both out.
It's been a while since this one has been out. It's actually finally making its way over to North America, which is really amazing to see.
Could be a reprint as well. Like I'm not sure, but it's making its way back.
Yes, yeah. Which is actually, well, this one's not making its way back. It's making its way to North America. That one is called Tea Garden. It's from Capstone Games, and I heard a lot of buzz about this game around Essen, and that's kind of really it. I am excited that it's now coming over here. It was at PAX Unplugged, but it went really fast.
Very fast.
And yeah, that's it.
I love the color scheme of the cover. It has a very nice. It also has a very nice table aesthetic. We've seen it sprawled out onto the table a few times, and it just looks really pretty.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now we got Red Carpet from DeVere Games, and again, we really like DeVere Games. Yes. And this one's a hand management game. It's about the red carpet. The cover looks really intriguing, and I hope we get to play it so we can share more with you. Or if not, we can sneak some pictures of the components or what some of the mechanics could be.
Yeah.
Fun.
I have 2 trick-taking games that I want to talk about at the same time, mostly because they're right next to each other on this list. One is called Nanatoridori. It's from KTPG, and I think they've just picked it up. They're bringing it over from, it's a Japanese game, so really excited to see that. But of course it's trick-taking, so I'm very interested in that as well. The next game is another one from Gamehead called Corgi Pileup. And I mean, the name alone is enough to sell me on this. So the fact that it's trick-taking and from this new publisher that seems to be full of great and interesting looking games makes this one pretty high on my list, not gonna lie.
I'm ready to play some cards. Next we have Coral Gardens. And this game is designed by Julio Nazario, who did Holly and is a great designer. And this game just looks gorgeous. It's under the water, as you can maybe guess from the cover. But not actually under the water. You'll be playing it on the table.
You get to play at the table, don't worry.
It's not, you don't have to place in a little pool. Although that'd be kind of fun.
If it was waterproof, sure, yeah.
In a little under the sea game.
Another Lucky Duck game that we want to talk about is called Potions of Azerland. This one is from Andrew Bosley. Illustrated by Andrew Bosley. So the game looks absolutely gorgeous. And I find it funny when I mix together like the designers and artists. Both very talented people, but the name Bosley stands out. So I'm very excited about it.
Well, yeah, sometimes there's a designer and artist that we just see and we're just like, yes exactly. That is it. Yeah. And I feel like this game is that.
Exactly.
Now, I'm still under the sea with my trends. So the next game I want to talk about is Deep Regrets. Now, this game was on crowdfunding, I believe, last year, maybe a year and a half ago, and it had such a gorgeous presentation. I feel like everything from how the game has looked and is portrayed and the mechanics and everything I was simply sold by. And now that it's finally coming and being fulfilled and going to retail, can't wait to play it and see more about it because we didn't get to do that the first time around.
Yes, yeah. I don't even remember seeing it, actually, if I'm completely honest. So I'm excited now that the story has been told.
Rediscovery and discovery. Collective magic.
Yes. So the next one that we're going to talk about is from the designer of Maskmen and Ghosts of Christmas. And that is called No Loose Ends. Another one from Gamehead.
More Gamehead games.
Is this one also trick-taking?
I would guess that it would be. I'm not 100% sure, but based on the designer and based on the vibes of kind of the smaller box games, I bet you it is.
Okay, sweet. That's even more reason for me to look forward to it.
Very fun.
We also have another Knizia game that's coming on over from Capstone Games called Butterfly Garden, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. So
Capstone, Rainer Knizia, cool board game cover.
Yep.
Yes.
Sold.
Now, the next game is Zenith. Now, this is a game from Play Punk, who published Captain Flip. Yes. I believe this is their second game. And it's more spacey and very interesting.
This is a 2-player game, is it not?
It is not.
Oh, okay.
It is not. But it looks very cool, and it looks like in space.
All right.
Looks like in space. That's how we roll here in Kovray. We look at space, we look at covers, we consider designers, artists, and publishers, and then we make educated decisions.
I mean, this is one of those videos where we literally looked at everything that we possibly could so that we could get a sense of what we're going to be looking for, and now we're talking about it really quickly here.
We're just sharing our homework with you.
Exactly.
Don't judge.
This is what we do before we go to conventions.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have got a party game from Peter C. Hayward called First Class Letters, and I think that's all I really need to say about that one.
I feel like Peter C. Hayward makes such good like social and like big group games. I feel like this one would be a hit because of that. Yeah.
It's also from Gamehead, so they've got some games that I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Gamehead is coming in strong.
Coming in hot.
Now we have Brilliant. Now this is a roll and write from Ravensburger. And I feel like it's a pretty classic roll and write. Like I feel like there's like those fun kind of that's pretty clever vibe roll and write. So I'm really don't know much about it. I know it's a roll and write. We love roll and writes. Really want to dive into this one.
Can't go wrong with a roll and write.
With a pen and a paper.
This one caught my eye because of the cubes and how they've designed them, not gonna lie. It's called Octocube, and I don't even know. It's just like with the tentacles, and I think it's a very, very cute. But it's a set collector, so I'm looking forward to that.
It's from Sit Down Games, who again is a really consistent publisher and getting really quality experiences to the table. And we're looking forward to the... Exactly.
Yeah. Two more left. Two more left.
Two more left. We have Leylines. So this is from Arcane Wonders, and it's designed by Wolfgang Kramer and Daryl Andrews.
Nice.
Very neat designers. Very neat looking game. Curious to learn more about it.
And last on our list is a game that we've talked about before, I believe.
Many a times.
Yeah. This one is called Molly House, and it's from Whirligig, is that how you say it?
I think so.
Okay.
Whirligig Games.
So Cole Whirly. I don't even know where to start with this one, to be totally honest.
Maybe we'll get to play it.
Yeah.
Which would be really cool. Which would be really cool. But we'll get to play it this year, I'm sure, and I'm just so excited to have something like this game come to our tables.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for it, and we look forward to our opportunities to play this one.
Yes. And that has been a set amount of games that we're anticipating this year. They're coming to retail or coming to crowdfunding.
I was going to say exactly how many, but I noticed that you filtered this.
Oops, I did a interested and not interested check mark.
Yes.
So there's been some games that did not make this list.
I mean, it's a big list, so there might just have been a time thing as well.
Exactly.
But we're not going to be interested in all of the games, and the point of this is for us to bring up the ones that we are interested in.
Exactly. So we can share them with you, and we can build a common interest and bond, which is what all of this is about.
Yeah. Speaking of common bonds and interests, if you want to talk more about board games, you can head on over to our Discord, where we don't just talk about board games, but it is a place where we can talk more and even play more board games there.
Exactly. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do.
Thumbs up, subscribe button if you're new here, because we love chatting and talking board games with folks like you.
And for our question of the day, immediately type in what game you want to play.
Yeah, that was more of a demand than a question, but yes.
For our demand of the day.
Demand of the day.
Type in the game that you want to play. It could be on your shelf. It could be an upcoming game. It could be a game that's coming out in 2028. Yeah. Maybe it's a video game. Maybe it's a game of tag. Maybe you just want to play. Type it in. First thought that comes to mind.
Yeah. Do that.
And then we will catch you at the next one.
Bye.